Good morning. Good morning, everyone. This is Bonnie here for Chakra Chill Yoga with the Yoga for Love Healing Arts Center. Oh, and that's Rocky. She wants to go outside, but it's storming. Today, we are going to focus on our root chakra, and we are going to ground into the earth to release our feelings of fear, anxiety, and stuckness. And we're going to bring in some fresh energy today to help us to be connected and calm and present in our everyday lives. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in mountain pose with our legs, our feet slightly apart, about hip distance apart, our arms at our side, and we're going to start with our Gyan Mudra with our hands today. So this mudra helps us, I guess she's going to be out the whole time. This mudra helps us open up our root chakra, and it helps to release anxiety and depression. So as we stand here, we're going to tilt our pelvis forward slightly to where our tailbone is grounded into the earth. We're going to envision a root coming straight from your tailbone all the way down into the center of the earth. Taking a deep breath. And then exhale. And as we stand here and ground, think about your intention for today's practice. What is it that you want to get out of your practice today? You took the time to come and do this for yourself. And so what else do you need? You took the time. What do you need to get out of it? Today, I'm going to release anything that doesn't serve me well. So any emotions like fear and resentment, I'm going to just try to let all those go, leave them on the mat, and give them into the earth. So while we stand here with our mudra and mountain pose, our tailbone pointing towards the ground, breathing in deeply and exhaling deeply, think about your intention today. Breathe in deeply from the soles of your feet all the way up to your heart, your throat chakra, all the way to your crown. Exhale fully, releasing any stress and tension that you might have in your body. On your next inhale, bring your arms out and up above your head. And I want you to seal this energy today with a clap right above your head, and then bring all of this energy right down into your heart center in Anjali Mudra. Take another deep breath here. I'm just going to check the Facebook Live real quick. Keep grounding. Hi. Okay, now that we're grounded, let's get moving today. We are going to start with our legs wide apart in a straddle, a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Again, you're going to remember you're grounding with your tailbone, so you're going to tuck your pelvis forward a little bit so that your tailbone is pointing straight to the ground. We're going to take our arms out and up above our head, and then we're going to come down, bringing our arms down with a flat back, all the way down into a full straddle forward fold. Now, I like to use blocks when I'm stretching because I tend not to be very flexible. So if you have a block today, go ahead and grab that. And just stay in this position, breathing in deeply and exhaling deeply to feel this stretch this morning. Take one more deep breath in and out. And on your next inhale, look forward and shift your weight to the right, bending your right leg, straightening your left into this side lunge. Really feeling that stretch on the inside of your left leg. I'm going to keep using my block for stability today. If you have it available to you, you can complete this pose by putting your hands in Anjali Mudra while we're in this really wonderful side stretch. We're going to hold these poses today so that we can make sure that we get really good stretches. We're going to take it nice and slow. This is Chakra Chill. So really just embrace these feelings that you get and push through so that you can get a wonderful stretch today in your body. When you're ready, we're going to shift our body all the way to the right, turning our feet into a full lunge. We're going to work all of our leg muscles today, really getting the stretch down. So we're going to stay low to the ground, helping our root chakra to release any energy it no longer needs and bring in all of that good stuff. You see I'm using my blocks again here for stability. I'm a little shaky today, which is okay. That's just excess energy just escaping. If you need to go ahead and put your knee down, you can. But we're going to hold this for 2 full breaths, in and out, through your nose. Making a nice straight line from your tailbone to the top of your head. And on your next exhale, you can bring your knee down. We're going to hold this position a little bit too to continue that nice stretch in the quad. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull back, bending our left leg, straightening the right leg, and we're going to give our hamstrings a really wonderful stretch. So put your heel straight on the floor. My hamstrings are very tight. They always are. Working on that. So again, I'm using my blocks for all of these stretches today to really support me in my poses, to help relax me to where I can have some nice deep breaths. Make sure that your hips are straight. Pull that left hip forward and that right hip back so that you're not all cattywampus. And you can give your muscles that love and attention and the proper stretch that they need. Again, holding here for 2 more breaths. When you're ready, we're going to shift our weight back forward into that low lunge. And hold here for 1 more second. And we're going to come out of this the same way we came in. When you're ready, plant your toes on the ground, lift up that back knee into your full lunge position. Then we're going to shift our feet forward, to the left, back into that side lunge to continue this wonderful stretch. Hold this for just a second. Maybe this feels a little bit nicer now that you warmed it up. Rocky's sad because she wants to go outside, but it's storming. So she's gonna meow the whole time. When you're ready, go ahead and straighten your right leg and pull yourself back up into that wide-legged forward fold. We're gonna appreciate this posture a little bit longer. Again, maybe you get a deeper stretch now. Since we've done this before, we're a little bit warm. Take one more deep inhalation and exhalation through your nose. And when you're ready, shift your weight over to your left, bending your left knee, and bringing your right foot into dorsiflexion for a right lunge, or right side lunge, left side lunge. Make sure you're taking deep breaths in and all the way out, breathing through any tightness that you might feel. And when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and turn all the way to the left into a full lunge. Don't be afraid to use your props. I'm loving these core blocks I have. They're very stable and firm. Really helps me get more out of these stretches where I feel very, very tight. Again, make sure your hips are in line with one another. Pulling that left hip back. Let's take full breath in and out. And then you can drop that right knee. Flatten your foot on the ground and really feel that stretch in your right quad. I'm remembering my intention in this pose as I feel this wonderful stretch. So think of your intention throughout your practice today and help it get you through any feelings of stress or tightness that you're having. When you're ready, go ahead and straighten that left leg, bend your right leg back. Put your heel flat on the floor, and let's give that hamstring some love. So hold in this position. You can flex your feet and your toes forward if you like. You can play around with it and kind of feel the difference in sensations when you point and then flex your foot. But make sure you're breathing and you're not holding your breath. You need that oxygen flow through your body to help loosen up any areas that are tight and just get that energy going through your body. On your next inhalation, go ahead and move forward back into your low lunge. We'll stay here for just a second before we lift our leg back up. Plant your toes in the ground on your right foot and lift that knee back up to your lunge. Feel the difference between the first lunge and this lunge. And then let's shift on over to our side lunge. I'm definitely feeling more warm in my legs now here. Oh no, the cat's eating the plant. Okay, when you're ready, Place your hands down and go ahead and lift back up into your wide-legged forward fold. We're going to stay here for just a few more seconds. You need to shift your hips a little bit to kind of stretch out your legs a little bit more. Go ahead and do that. And then we're going to move into our garland pose. And to do that, put your hands firmly on the ground and kind of scoot your feet in a little bit. Then start to bring your tailbone down into a squat. And you want that tailbone pointed straight down to Mother Earth. Bring your hands in Anjali Mudra right at your heart center, and you can push your knees out with your elbows. If you need some support, you can always take your block and put it under your bottom. And then you can still get this wonderful stretch without feeling like you're going to fall over. I'm going to move this out. Our tailbone is very close to the earth right now. Our feet are planted on the ground, and we're just absorbing in that energy from the earth through our feet, our foot chakras, through our root chakra, all the way through our body, clearing and refreshing our energy flow. When you're ready, put your hands down on the ground again and go ahead and straighten your legs, lift up, and we'll make our way to a forward fold. Bring your feet again, hip distance apart. And here you can do what you like. You can leave your hands on the ground. Keep your knees a little bit bent if you like. You can go ahead and grab opposite elbows. You can dangle your arms in a ragdoll. But go ahead and enjoy this posture for 3 breaths. Shaking your head yes and no. That backwards. And just enjoying this time that you've given yourself today. On your next inhale, bring your arms out and up above your head, all the way, slowly rising your legs up. And then give yourself a nice gentle back bend to stretch out those back muscles. And then come back and let's meet at heart center. Woo! Now that we're nice and warmed up, we're gonna take it down to the mat. So if you need a drink of water, go ahead and grab one. We will meet on the mat in our staff pose with our legs straight out in front of us. Our feet in dorsiflexion. And then we're just gonna do a nice forward fold. So you can put your arms out and up, and then hinge at your hips, keeping your back straight. Bringing your hands to touch your toes or your ankles or your shins or wherever you are in this position. I'm gonna again use my blocks because I feel like it helps me deepen into this pose and really stretch all these leg muscles that tend to stay very tight for me. Take some wonderful deep breaths in and out here. If you're able to go ahead and fold all the way down and have your chest touch your legs, definitely do that in your full extension. That is unavailable for me. We'll take one more deep breath in and out. And try to pull down just a little bit further. All right, when you're ready, we can sit back up and we're going to bring our left foot all the way to our pelvis into a side straddle. So try to get your heel all the way back to your body. Have your right foot in dorsiflexion, and then we're gonna raise our arms up. Inhaling, and then go over to the side. Really feeling that stretch in the left side of the body. Doing what feels good here. Making sure you're breathing. On your next inhale, raise up slightly, turn to your right, facing your foot, where your body is facing your foot, and bring your arms down. And let's stretch out this way. I always feel a much different stretch here through my rib cage, which is so, so nice. The back of your knee, just really aiding in your flexibility, which is important in so many ways. Having your foot in dorsiflexion again, you can bring your toes towards your head for an added stretch to your foot. Go ahead and point those toes to stretch the top of your foot. You can bring it back to neutral, whatever feels best for you. Take one more deep breath in and out. And then we're gonna rise up, and we're gonna bring our right foot to our left foot for butterfly pose. Oh. I love this stretch, it's one of my favorites. If your butterfly looks a little bit different, that's okay, because we're all a little bit different. You can always put your blocks under your knees if you need help with this to relax. If you want the full stretch, go ahead and leave those blocks to the side. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and just take a deep breath in. Again, we're gonna raise our arms above our head, and then we're gonna forward fold. And go as far as what feels comfortable for you right now. If you can, you want to bring your head all the way down. Grounding that third eye. And then we're just going to rest here for a few more breaths before we move on to the other side. When you're ready, slowly rise up. Whew, that feels good. Now let's bring our left foot out and our right foot all the way into our pelvis. Into our other side straddle. So arms up above your head, deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring them over to the left side. Stretching those arms. Oh, really feeling that stretch in the side body and the rib cage. Just appreciating taking this time for ourselves, for our bodies, for our growth. On your next inhale, rise up, turn and face your left foot, and then come on down for this other stretch. It's always good to try to have a flat back. Make sure you're not straining any of your neck muscles. I'm going to grab my block here to help in my position. Remember to breathe. Slowly and deeply through your nose, in and out. On your next inhale, go ahead and rise up. And then extend that right leg into your full straddle position. You might need to get situated a little bit. Make sure your sit bones are still touching the ground here. You can point and flex your feet to stretch those out. Maybe roll your ankles out a little bit. And when you're situated, go ahead and bring your arms up and over. And we're just gonna go straight forward here. You can have your arms on the floor in front of you. You can grab your toes or your feet. You can grab the outsides of your ankles. Whatever feels good to you. Keep looking forward though. Try to keep that flat back. If you can and you like, go ahead and release all the way down. We're going to take 2 more deep breaths in and out. And on your next inhale, rise up slowly. Bring your legs in front of you in that staff position and just go ahead and shake it out. My muscles are feeling that stretch. So this helps kind of release any of that energy that might be making me feel a little bit tight there. All right. Now we're going to move to all fours for some cat-cow fun. So put your knees straight under your hips, your hands straight under your elbows, straight under your shoulders. And when you breathe in and when you inhale, dip that stomach down, rise your tailbone, and look up to the sky. Feeling that wonderful stretch in the abs. When you exhale, go ahead and tuck your tailbone down, bring your head between your shoulders, and round your back up. And then just do this a few times with your own breath. Inhale into cow. And exhale into cat. Moving slowly and deliberately, stretching out any areas in the body that still feel tight. Inhale. And exhale. When you inhale, make sure your shoulders are pressed down and they're not by your ears. When you exhale, make sure you're just pulling that upper back all the way up. And on our next cat and cow, you can look side to side and get a nice hip stretch. So I'm in cow here. I'm going to look over to my right, shift my hips left. And then I'm going to look over to my left and shift my hips right. And then what we'll do here is we'll meet in child's pose. So come all the way back and just enjoy this position. Forehead touching the ground. Tailbone close to the earth. Arms straight out in front of you for a nice stretch. surrender here for a few breaths. If you'd like to relax your arms, go ahead and do that. Do whatever feels comfortable for you. This is your practice. On your next inhalation, go ahead and rise up again to all fours. And we're going to do a great shoulder stretch. So rise your right hand up and out. And then we're going to bring it down, thread it through under your body, and lay right there on that right shoulder. You can support yourself with your left hand. And just hold this position. You can always kind of move around a little bit, give your shoulder muscle a little bit of a massage. If you're feeling any tightness there, make sure you're breathing through all of these wonderful poses today. On your next inhale, go ahead and rise up slowly, carefully. Back to all fours, and we're going to stretch out that left side. So left arm goes straight in the air, and then underneath and through all the way to the ground. Tailbone in the air, supporting yourself with your right arm. Breathing through this pose. Getting a wonderful stretch in between the shoulder blades. And on your next inhale, go ahead and push up through that right arm, back to all fours. Before we end today, we're going to do one down dog. So from here, plant your toes into the ground, lift up through your tailbone straight into the sky. Send that energy high, flatten your back, really push that pelvis up. And go ahead and walk the dog a little bit, stretch out your legs. We did lots of stretching today. Kind of get that energy flowing and moving. If you had any areas of tightness or soreness, just walk through that. Take some nice deep breaths. When you're ready, you can bring it down and we'll meet in a comfortable seated position. Before we end our practice today, we want to make sure that our grounding stays with us and that we're still in that wonderful spot where we started with our beautiful intentions. So in your seated position, make sure that you tilt your pelvis forward again a little bit, that way that your tailbone, your sits bones are on the ground. Place your hands on either side of you, touching the ground. Close your eyes. Take in deep breaths and just visualize all of that nourishing energy from Mother Earth flowing up through your root chakra, up through your hand chakras, through the chakras and the soles of your feet, filling up your roots with all of the nourishing, loving energy that you need to feel safe and stable. throughout your day. Remember your intentions. Ask for what you need. Let go of what you want to release. Feel this energy coming in through your tailbone, all the way up your spine to the crown of your head. And just encircling your entire body and aura. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. And we'll bring our arms out and up again one more time, and we're going to clap this energy and seal it closed above our heads, and then bring it down to our hearts. Thank you so much for coming today. I'm so happy to be here and share this practice with you. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you. See you next Friday.